We thought that it would be a really good idea because of like the time zone differences like here and in Africa. If there was some kind of like a board or chart in the corner showing like when us at different schools and in Kenya when they are in the class and like when what times people will be on the websites, so you can be on the same time as like other people from other schools, so you can there's more people online at once and you know when everyone else is also online.
Or even a live
That's a great idea.
Like you're here. Yeah, like it says that it is X time in wherever you are. It is X time for them, and there's like this little thing.
Yeah, and if we knew.
We also wanted to talk about like maybe this is more so to like up the fun of it, I guess, is more so having an off-topic forum. So this could allow us to like engage more as like friends, I guess, instead of having it just be strictly about the research. And also like for the forum, we found that it was rather static in how it's done. So maybe like adding like things to make it seem a bit more fluid instead of having it just be like very strict.
Thinking like to make it more aesthetic, like when we have our header, it seems really formal. So we're thinking if you have like a quotation of the day, all of us can write down a quotation that we really liked or really enjoyed, and then every day we can just like rotate it in and out. So we just have something inspirational, motivational to look at every time we're on the website.
We also would like improving the notification side of things. It's like there's things that we follow, and what we thought is that in terms of like, because you guys have the main page as not following stuff, is just to increase like you can see other people's posts. So we thought of, okay, we can put the feeds section that you followed in your personal profile that only you could see, and this includes like the stuff you follow, and you can see the recent updates. But like you would
a newsfeed, like how Facebook.
yeah, newsfeed, but like not on the main page because I know you guys want that there. So like put it on your own profile page where it's all more personal.
We were also thinking like a video chat, especially so we can talk to the kids in Africa. We thought that'd be pretty cool because, I mean, we've seen their pictures and we've kind of talked to them over the comments, but we haven't really talked to many of them. So it'd be really cool to actually be able to communicate face to face with them, right? So that kind of thing would be something really interesting to do.
Yeah, maybe like a conference call.
Oh yeah.
Like multiple people can be
Include them in the
having a group
meetings?
discussion.
So I was kind of thinking it'd be interesting to have an Instagram for Butterfly, in the sense that you post one photo. Even Moira just posted a bunch of photos, but as you go through Butterfly, they're not very easily seen. So if you had an Instagram and we all had access to it, or someone was in control and we send in a picture and some information below it, I think it'd be an interesting way to just show a little snippet of what you're doing to get people interested and engaged, and kind of have it laid out like this, and so then you can see more of what everybody's doing and kind of delve into what really interests you, right? Instead of just commenting. I mean, it's good to look at everybody's, but if there's something you're particularly interested in, you'll have something more beneficial to add to the conversation than just, I think this is great research.
That vein, like when you have photos or attachments on a post, I'd like that photo to be part of the post body, that part of the header. Like that's how Facebook like catches your eyes, like the eye candy. It's like there's a picture there, and you see the picture first, and then like in the headers, and then you can click on it. Or even like the news feed section, it should be streamlined so that it's not like a massive wall of text.
Back to the comments and likes. We were thinking that instead of just having a like button, we should have like, you've inspired me, or you've motivated me, or thank you for that comment. Kind of those kind of emojis kind of thing. Not emoji, but those.
Reactions.
Yeah. With like nice little messages with it. So that way it's not just, oh, she liked my comment, but this person was inspired by it, or I've just like kind of created this big explosion in their mind, and it's like, it was a burning question that I've just answered. So we really thought that will be much more effective way of saying thank you. And also when you're commenting someone, if you just quickly want to let them know what you're feeling, it's also be easier instead of just sitting down and typing an entire comment.
The thing is that we noticed that our, like, when you search up the things on Google and stuff like that, the popularity, like, is only based in what our butterfly effect group. Now, the thing is that we can increase the popularity of other people outside of butterfly effect with sharing buttons. So, like, you can share on social media platforms, and this can increase your, like, website as well as everything else, and, you know, can generate more people to see things.
Also wanted to like input like the ability to leave notes within a post, sort of like how, I don't know if we already talked about this, how we have it in like Google Docs where it's like, oh, that's pretty cool, but like maybe you want to like talk more about this, like explain more. So so you can have that, and like as a poster, you can look at that and be all like, oh, okay, I didn't notice that, I didn't do that as well as I could have. So
Sorry. We were thinking of like having live streaming. So instead of maybe posting your research, you could do like a live stream of your research and like have it scheduled for when you're gonna do it, and then just like talk, and then people can comment while you're talking. Or we could also have live streams like for each category. Like there could be like a science live stream, and like maybe every week a different person could do it, and then like an arts live stream and like different stuff like that.
were to like do more social media outreaching, I would think that like it would be a good idea for us to be able to personalize our blogs more so that we can hide certain information or like leave other information out. Because like if there's like over like 1,000 people coming to the site, then it would be rather awkward if they all knew like how old we are and what school we go to, and like we live in Canada or like Kenya, and
Look
it's
at our
like,
faces. Like,
yeah, and like they know exactly what we look like just a security concern.
Butterfly effect, like there's a section where it's just only within us that knows that, and then people outside would have, would see other things. So like layers of what people can see.
Like,
you
see,
know?
we can only access that if we're logged in. If a certain person comes in, they can't look at the comments. Like, they can look at the comments, but they can't comment or look at the personal information. They can only look at the posts.
It's like a shell of a
the only thing that they can see is what you
So like what I was thinking on the newsfeed section, like it takes up a whole chunk when it's like 5-6 lines of people's work. So what we discussed as a group is to make previews, and like along with that, instead of having your profile picture there, it could be a photo associated with that cycle of yours, so people could immediately know it's this person's cycle or it's that person's cycle because there's a photo associated with it and along with a preview of the work you posted, instead of like 5-6 sentences that takes up so much space. Also, so we could fit more people on like the first page, because usually people only check the first page and then instead of scrolling down. So yeah, that's what we were thinking.
on preview thing in case you don't get too long, right? So,
Yeah.
So like, so the activity feed, like the personal profile, when I click on my icon, I don't want it to go to the stuff I love, because I have pictures I put of Hive like maybe 2 years ago on there, and when we click on someone's page, we want to see their posts, so I'd like to be linked directly to that. And if that, like, I don't know, I somehow would like that to be accessible to people who aren't members of the site, because I've wanted to show my work to, say, universities and other people that I know, or like, you know, potential collaborators and stuff. And it's like, oh, well, I conveniently have like a body of my work, like, and my research all consolidated together, but it's a hassle to show them because they want to click on like my post, like my face, and then they click on my activity feed, and you need to be logged in. So it's kind of.
Some people might not want certain people to see their, like people not on the site to see their research, right? So if you could have like a private public button, so that you click that, and it's like, okay, now people who aren't can see this, and if aren't a part of it can see it, and if you private, it's only people in the site can see it, right? That way you get to choose whether everyone can see it or whether everyone can't, right? I think that would be an effective way to get around that problem.
Side of this butterfly effect from across the world is to have, when you know how you have to sign in to become a member and all that, we can have later on a form or some kind of criteria thing where you have to fill out to see if they want to apply to become part of this, and then you can do like an interview of some sort, talk to this person, and then potentially they could become a member and become a healthy, beneficial asset to this website. Right?
We just talked about some of our favorite social media like Tumblr and Pinterest. what Pinterest does is it's a collage, not in the list. And with what Jim had said, instead of like clicking next, it's just an infinite scroll. And so that's what we were thinking. Like we could make, and we also had, like when we're tagging things, but instead we can branch it off into, instead of just putting it into humanities and sciences, we could look at the issues that are covering, like social issues or biology or physics or computers. That way it's more diverse than just math or like science and humanities. And also if we're worried about commenting on each other's, maybe we can make it a criteria where you have to comment on a different section, like 5 different sections. That way it's not just, you're not just looking at the sciences, you're not just looking at music and dance.
I know for iPhones, I'm not sure for other phones, you can actually, like, if you go on the Butterfly Effect site, you can save it as an icon. So, like, I have Butterfly Effect as an icon, and I press on it, and it just goes to it.
What is this magic?